Hello, and welcome to Love at Lunch. I'm here to tell you a secret. You were made for joy, and I can help you find more. My name is Leona Devin. I'm the author of Finding Your Joy Spot, as well as being a coach and a corporate facilitator here in Calgary, Canada. And today we are talking all things focus and productivity. Oh, I don't know about you, but it's hard to get focused. It's a Monday, and it's important that perhaps we get some things off our to-do list so that we can, number one, complete the work we have to do and get onto some other things that we want to prioritize in our life. So today I have all the fingers and almost half your toes of tips and tools and tidbits to help you be more focused and productive. So, number one, set an intention. When we are not able to, we are looking at our to-do list. We're looking at what our week is going to involve. Sometimes our brain will hijack us. You don't want to do this. This is too hard. This feels too daunting. You probably don't even know how to do that. And so setting an intention is not just some woo-woo thing. It brings our brain back to about the truth of who we are. So my word this week is ease. I have no idea how this is going to work out for me. I'll report back on Friday. But my week is quite full. And but I want it to feel like I'm just cooking along, doing what needs to get done, not getting hung up on things. So create an intention. Pick a word or a phrase that helps to ground you when things feel stressful. It works. Hijacks a little loop in your brain, takes you off of that disbelief part of your brain, and puts you back into that space where you're more grounded. If you need to do a brain dump because there's just way too many things, then I will post a link and you can get that tool, and you'll start with a brain dump and the 4Ds, really effective productivity tool that we talked about 2 weeks ago on Love at Lunch. Number 3, find your focus time. We all have different times that we feel more energized and focused. For a lot of people, whether you are a morning person or a night person, oftentimes that focus time does come in the morning. Now, that might come before you sit down to do regular work and you think, I'm not even going to check my emails. I'm just going to get some things done. Great, do it. If you feel like your focus time is better right after lunch, then do it then. But notice when you feel focused and tap into that. Then you want to set aside time for this. So if, for example, my really good focus time is probably between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So I, on Mondays in particular, set aside a chunk of time where that is devoted to really, really being focused. And it goes in my calendar. It's not negotiable. So I don't book clients around that time. I don't facilitate things. I do it. The next thing is that we need to understand the impact of the dingers and the buzzers and all the notifications on your phone, on your computer. On average, people check those things about every 4 minutes. And it takes about 12 minutes to get our brains focused back once we've been hijacked by one of those notifications. So turn all those things off. You can have notifications for phone calls, let's say, or for favorites and phone calls. My phone vibrates when clients call, but other than that, none of those dingers and notifications. Very hard to get refocused. And we're starting to actually show signs in our society of developing the symptoms of ADHD. And I don't say that lightly. It's just that we're so multi-focused and our brain is losing that capacity to focus. So take care of yourself first. Make sure we get some good sleep and do your best. Take a nap every day, 20 minutes, live 3 to 4 years longer. I'm focused on this. Do what you can. Any sleep that you get before midnight is worth twice after. So going to bed 15 minutes earlier is worth 30 minutes of a sleep in. So it's a heck of a deal. Eat well and on regular schedules. And move, so important. 20 minutes outdoors of just even a slow walk is the same as taking an antidepressant. So very important, and focus on your primary relationships. We don't want these things on our to-do list to take away from what really matters. And if we don't build in those foundational pieces, we don't have the capacity to really focus. So making sure we're doing what we can to get good sleep. I myself struggle with insomnia. I'm working on this all the time. Eating drinking lots of water, and moving. It doesn't have to be a strenuous exercise program, but make sure that we're moving every day and focus on those relationships that matter. We are beings that are hardwired for connection, and if we feel disconnected, we can't focus either. Butt in the chair time. Anne Lamott, well-known writer, says that for people to get focused and be disciplined, we need to have butt in the chair time. So I call this bitch time, BICH. And this means that we are disciplined about spending time in the metaphorical chair every day, getting done what we need to get done. So that's going to help. So it feels kind of like trying to, this sounds terrible, putting a little kid in their chair and going, okay, you're going to spend a certain amount of time here. That's how we can get more focused and productive as well. Our bodies get used to that. So spending some time every day ticking off those to-dos is very helpful. Our brain gets a little excited about that. Chunk like items. If you've got emails or phone calls or have to get back to clients, chunk those things together and just start doing like items at the same time. Another option, eat the big frog first. If you've been procrastinating and you're like, I don't want to do this big project, or this feels so gross, I don't want to make this phone call, eat the big frog first. You get a big hit of dopamine, and dopamine is the neurotransmitter of more. Once you get that hit of dopamine, you're going to want to do more things and be more motivated. Pomodoros. If you're Italian, you may know what a pomodoro is. It's a baby tomato. Our brains are only meant to be able to focus for 25 minutes at a time. And a lot of us, we've lost that ability as well. So setting a timer for 25 minutes, then after that you get a 5-minute break, and do take the break, that's important. And then when you string together 4 pomodoros, if you're really eating some big frogs, then you get a 30-minute break. So pomodoros, great. Set a timer for 25 minutes. You can even download an app. Here's the rebellious one. Do the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing to tap into your dopamine system. So go clean something, go do something. 5-10 minutes, and if you can complete it, you get a dopamine hit, and your brain is like, yes, we are super motivated. So do the opposite of what you need to do, but something that you can complete, so a small task. Then you get a dopamine hit, and you can take that neurotransmitter and you can apply it to get motivated for what you want to get motivated for. And my favorite, I always ask my clients, what are you doing to celebrate when they achieve doing something or being something? Sometimes it's about slowing down, and more often than not, celebrate it. What can you reward yourself with? Have a little baby Christmas break. Is it a delicious cup of tea? Is it going for a walk? Is it texting a friend? Celebrate. All of those little things matter. And oddly, take some oils. So EPA, in fish oil, 1,000 milligrams a day increases focus and therefore productivity. So look at your fish oil capsules, and obviously consult with the doctor before taking any new supplements if you're not already taking fish oil. Look what that EPA dose is, and up it to 1,000 milligrams a day decreases feelings of depression and anxiety and increases focus, therefore making you a productivity ninja. I like it. The other thing you want to do, and you might think about this at Love at Lunch, we all love the carbs, but they set a little sugar hit to the brain, and then that starts to decrease, and our focus decreases as well. So if you know that you really want to be focused, then cut the carbs out of your meal. Let's say if this afternoon you have to be very focused, then make sure that you're cutting the carbs out, because when we increase protein and vegetables, and then the glucose system is not so wishy-washy, we'll be more focused too. Who knew Love at Lunch was actually going to talk about what to eat at lunch? So if you want to avoid obsessive avoidance disorder and be more productive and be focused, think of these 14 tips. And if you're just joining, you can rewatch, or you can get on my weekly newsletter, and I'll be sending you Love at Lunch tidbits and updates and techniques, all written out for your viewing pleasure. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. In the meantime, my beloved friends, may you have a week that's filled with intention and focus, setting your priorities, getting your stuff done so that you can live the life you love. Mwah!